was choreographing, but she made it clear to all of us, John Singleton's going to have the last word. So literally about 12 of us flew out to LA to make the auditions on Saturday. We get there, and it's crazy how you just don't know that people have been watching you. So John Singleton knew who all of us were because he watches music videos. Later on down the line, Michael knew who we were. Prince knew who we were. Like all of these people knew who we were by name. Hammer knew who we were. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't know. So we get there, we audition. And because he picked so many of us New York dancers, they created a budget for us. They got some of us housing. They gave us per diem. Like he was so happy to have us there. And I was just like, Mom, I made it. She was like, okay, great. All right, we still got to come back home. You got to pay that car note. You know, they're not trying to hear it. So we get into rehearsals. We're in rehearsals for almost 2 weeks without Michael. Michael's having his own private rehearsals. We see Michael maybe 2 days before we go to shooting just to do some blocking. And when Michael comes in, his routine doesn't look like ours because Michael has all kinds of stank, flavor, whatever on it. And it just was so extra funky that I was like, oh, shoot, we got work to do because his was just his rhythm and his syncopation and his in the pocket of it all was just so dope to witness. They made us obviously sign contracts the size of a phone book and like, don't talk to him, don't look at him. But all artists love hanging out with the dancers. We're usually in our corner working on moves, battling, snapping mama jokes, whatever. Whereas their life is stressed. The publicity person is pulling at them. Their families call them because they want money. Nah, 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 nah. So all the artists tend to hang out with us. So Michael was really on set hanging out with us, working on new moves or whatever. And he'd be cursing and you'd be like, huh, did Michael just curse? Because you forget he's still a, you know what I'm saying? Right. The same way that nobody knew how Whitney Houston is an around the way girl. Y'all didn't know that, but she'd be popping gum and double dutch and all that other stuff with us because we knew, you know? And so being on that set was magic. Like having my name on the door and on the clothing rack and not being there for like, I'm here for the Universal tour. Like, no, I'm actually working and pulling up to set. Like, this is my job for the whole month. So we shot for 2 extra weeks after 2 weeks of rehearsal, and everybody was there. If you remember Magic Johnson, so half the NBA came to visit. Iman, so half of the supermodels were there. He had just done Boys in the Hood, so all the actors were there. Like it was a who's who of who, what, where, when. Everybody was on set every day, but we just didn't have cameras and really weren't allowed to take pictures. So it was just magic, and the energy was insane. And literally right after